Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Naresh Mago and with me is Subha Kaul with the Midday News. The headlines. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu says terrorism is a grave threat to humanity and world peace. Urges countrymen to take resolve to eliminate the scourge of terrorism. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal to lead the Indian delegation at the World Economic Forum in Davos from tomorrow. Unified Civic Municipal Body of Delhi to come into existence from tomorrow. Jammu and Kashmir Delimitation Commission order comes into force as the central government issues notification. In Jammu and Kashmir, body of second worker recovered from the debris of the tunnel near Khoni Nala area in Ramban district. Search operation continues for the 8 workers still trapped inside. World Health Organization confirms 80 cases of monkeypox in 11 countries. Polling underway to elect a new parliament in Australia. IMD predicts relief from heatwave conditions across India from today. Indian men's compound team wins gold medal in Archery World Cup 2022 Stage 2 in Gwangju, South Korea. In hockey, Haryana storm into the final of Sub-Junior Women's National Championship. Second semi-final between Jharkhand and Uttar Pradesh this evening. And in IPL cricket, Mumbai Indians to take on Delhi Capitals today at Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai this evening. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu said that terrorism is a grave threat to humanity and world peace. In a series of tweets today, he said, terrorism has adversely affected the lives of innumerable innocent people across the world. On Anti-Terrorism Day, Mr. Naidu paid tributes to the countless brave men and women who've made many sacrifices in the fight against terrorism. He urged the countrymen to take resolve to eliminate the scourge of terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has paid tribute to former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. In a tweet today, Mr. Modi paid tributes to former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi on his death anniversary. Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha in a tweet today said that terrorism is the gravest threat to peace and prosperity. Mr. Sinha said we should resolve to eliminate terrorism and its ecosystem on Anti-Terrorism Day today and reaffirm strong commitment to uphold peace and harmony and defeat the forces of disruption threatening the human lives.
Former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi's 31st death anniversary was observed as Anti-Terrorism Day in Puducherry today. Chief Minister N. Rangaswamy and various ministers and officials, including Chief Secretary, garlanded the statue of Rajiv Gandhi and paid floral tributes. The Chief Minister also administered anti-terrorism oath, while Sarva Dharma prayer was also held on this occasion. Former Chief Minister of Puducherry V. Narayan Swamy and Congress MP V. Vithelingam and other Congress leaders also paid floral tributes to the slain leader. Rajiv Jyoti Run was also organized on the occasion. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal will lead the Indian delegation at the World Economic Forum in Davos from 22nd to 26th of this month. The delegation will include Health and Family Welfare Minister Mansukh Mandviya, Petroleum and Natural Gas Minister Hardeep Singh Puri, Chief Ministers and Senior Ministers of 6 states, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Telangana. Several industry leaders will also participate in the deliberations of World Economic Forum. This event would further help reinforce country's position as an important and relevant stakeholder in shaping the global narrative, particularly as India assumes presidency of the G20 next year.
The unification of 3 civic municipal bodies of Delhi will come into force from tomorrow. According to the Ministry of Home Affairs, the Delhi Municipal Corporation Amendment Act 2022 will come into effect from tomorrow. Senior IAS officer Gyanesh Bharti has been appointed as the Commissioner of Municipal Corporation of Delhi. The ministry has also appointed Senior IAS officer Ashwini Kumar as Special Officer for the MCD. Parliament had passed the Delhi Municipal Corporation Amendment Bill 2022 during the recently concluded budget session. The Act envisages bringing about greater transparency, improved governance and more efficient delivery of civic services for the people of Delhi. The Act reduces the number of wards to 250 from the existing 272. While North and South corporations have 104 wards each, the East Corporation has 64 wards. India has emerged as the preferred investment destination. It is evident from the fact that India has recorded the highest ever annual foreign direct investment (FDI) inflow of $83.57 billion in the last fiscal year. In comparison to the FDI inflow received in the financial year 2014-15, when the country had attracted FDI inflow of $45.15 billion, the FDI inflow registered a growth of 85% in the last financial year. India has received over $301 billion in the last 4 fiscal years. As per the data of Ministry of Commerce and Industry, the country's FDI inflows have increased 20-fold since financial year 2003-04, when the inflows were only $4.3 billion. India is also emerging as a preferred country for foreign investments in the manufacturing sector. FDI inflow in the manufacturing sector has increased by 76% to $21.34 billion in the last fiscal, as compared to the fiscal year 2020-21, when the sector received $12.09 billion worth of investment. Computer software and hardware have emerged as the top recipient sector of FDI inflow with a 25% share.
Jammu and Kashmir Delimitation Commission's order on electoral segments in the Union Territory has come into force since yesterday after central government's notification in this regard. Union Law and Justice Ministry yesterday issued a notification declaring May 20th as the date on which the order of the Delimitation Commission shall come into effect. The Delimitation Commission was headed by Justice Retired Ranjana Prakash Desai, former Chief Election Commissioner of India, Sushil Chandra, and J&K Election Commissioner K.K. Gupta. In its reorganization of electoral segments, the Commission has delimited 90 assembly seats for J&K, out of which 47 are for the Kashmir division and 43 for the Jammu division. For the first time, 9 seats have been reserved for scheduled tribe candidates and 7 for the scheduled caste candidates. 2 seats will be nominated out of the Kashmiri Pandit community. In a significant development, both nominated members would have voting rights like the elected members. The Commission has not made any delimitation for the 24 seats reserved for Pakistan-occupied part of Jammu and Kashmir. Talking to AIR Srinagar, BJP Vice President Sophie Yusuf said only those people are opposing delimitation whose vested interests have been affected by it.
इस डिलिमिटेशन की वजह से कुछ सियासी रोटियां जो सीख रहे थे इसके ऊपर उनको झटका लगा। उन्होंने अपनी कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी को हब बना के रखा था, उनके अपने ठेकेदार थे। अब उनकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी हमसे चली गई तो अब वो ग्रास रूट पे बिल्कुल जीरो हो गए हैं, तो वही चिल्लाते। जम्मू कश्मीर के लोग बड़े खुश हैं और हमने भी इसका भरपूर साथ दिया है और मुझे लगता है कि इससे बहुत फर्क पड़ेगा और हमारे लोगों को बहुत इससे लाभ मिलने वाला।
A social activist from Ganderbal said the exercise has been done in fair manner. He expressed happiness that for the first time ST have got suitable representation.
मैं ज़ुहूर अहमद सोफी गांदरबल का एक सामाजिक कारकुन हूं जो रिपोर्ट हदबंदी के हवाले से मंजर आम पर आ गया है। मेरे हिसाब से पार्लिमानी हलकों और असेंबली हलकों के जो खतखाल इसमें लिए गए हैं वो दुरुस्त है और मुनासिब है। एक खास बात जो हमने देखी वो ये है कि इस वक्त एसटी का ख्याल अच्छी तरह रखा गया है।
A resident of Kulgam also shared his views on delimitation in Jammu and Kashmir.
जो डिलिमिटेशन कमीशन का रिपोर्ट मंजराम पे आया है, ये खुशाइंद कदम है। जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों की बहबूदी का सिटअप है, जिसमें हर तबके के लोगों को रिप्रेजेंटेशन दी गई है और जिस तरह कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसीज को पूरी तरह से कहां पे किस कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी को किसके साथ जोड़ा जाए, किस विलेज को किस पंचायत हल्के को नाइंसाफी मिली है उनको इंसाफ दिलाने के लिए, इस तरह से ग्राउंड रिपोर्ट जितने भी गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल एक बेसिक रिपोर्ट कलेक्ट करके एक निर्णय लिया है। आज हम देख रहे हैं ये एक वेलकम सेटअप है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की ओर से, प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया श्री नरेंद्र मोदी की डायनामिक लीडरशिप में और ऑनरेबल लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर की डायनामिक लीडरशिप में आज हर लिहाज से जम्मू कश्मीर में हर तबके को इंसाफ मिल रहा है।
In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the rescuers today recovered the body of second worker from the debris of the tunnel which collapsed near Khuni Nala area of Ramban district, while the search operation continues for the 8 workers still trapped inside. Ramban Deputy Commissioner Musrat Islam confirmed the retrieval of second body from the debris of the collapsed tunnel. The operation to rescue trapped labourers under the debris following the collapse of an under-construction tunnel on Jammu-Srinagar National Highway resumed early this morning after a fresh landslide forced the authorities to suspend the process last evening.
The centralized admission process to 11th Standard FYJC for the educational year 2022-23 in major cities of Maharashtra will commence from Monday. School Education Minister Varsha Gaikwad informed that students willing to take admission in junior colleges of Mumbai Metropolitan Region and areas within municipal corporation limits in Pune, Pimpri-Chinchwad, Nagpur, Amravati and Nashik will have to submit application forms on https:11thadmission.org.in. From Monday, mock or demo registrations will be activated on this website to help the students in filling up Part 1 of the online admission form. This facility will be available up to 27th May. All the information filed up to the 27th of this month will be erased on 28th May, and actual online registrations and verification will start from the 30th of May onwards, she said. Submissions for Part 2 of option form, where aspirants can list their preferred colleges, will commence after declaration of the SSC board results. Over 192 crore 12 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. The Union Health Ministry said over 15,32,000 vaccine doses were administered yesterday. The ministry said more than 16 crore 67 lakh balance and unutilized COVID vaccine doses are still available with the states and union territories to be administered. A total of 2,323 new COVID cases were recorded in the last 24 hours. India's active caseload currently stands at 14,996. The recovery rate is currently at 98.75% and a total of 2,346 COVID patients recovered in the last 24 hours.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed grief over the loss of lives in incidents of thunderstorm and lightning in many districts of Bihar. In a tweet, Mr. Modi prayed to give strength to the bereaved families to bear this immense loss. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has announced an ex gratia of 4 lakh rupees each to next of the kin of those killed in hailstorm in different parts of the state. He ordered free treatment to injured people. 37 people were killed and 13 others injured in lightning and rain-related incidents in different districts of the state. Union Minister for Ayush Sarbanand Sonowal, Sikkim Chief Minister P.S. Tamang and Union Minister of State for Ayush Dr. M.K. Munjapara led Yoga Utsav celebrations today morning at Enche Monastery in Gangtok in Sikkim as part of the countdown to the International Day of Yoga 2022. Speaking after the event, Mr. Sonowal said, Yoga has given a tremendous fillip to the India's stature on the global stage. The minister credited Prime Minister Narendra Modi's efforts for International Day of Yoga celebration across the world on 21st June every year. Mr. Sonowal informed that around 25 crore people are expected to take part in this year's International Day of Yoga celebration. He sought people's participation to make yoga a part of our lives for an enriched life and at the same time contribute towards the soft power of India at the global stage. The event was organized by the Union Ayush Ministry and Sikkim Health and Family Welfare Department as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, where common yoga protocol was performed in the presence of Sikkim Health Minister Dr. M.K. Sharma. You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu says terrorism is a grave threat to humanity and world peace, urges countrymen to take resolve to eliminate the scourge of terrorism. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal to lead the Indian delegation at the World Economic Forum in Davos from tomorrow. Unified Civic Municipal Body of Delhi to come into existence from tomorrow. Jammu and Kashmir Delimitation Commission order comes into force as the central government issues notification. In Jammu and Kashmir, body of second worker recovered from the debris of the tunnel near Khuni Nala area in Ramban district. Search operation continues for the 8 workers still trapped inside. World Health Organization confirms 80 cases of monkeypox in 11 countries. Polling underway to elect a new parliament in Australia. IMD predicts relief from heatwave conditions across India from today. Indian men's compound team wins gold medal in Archery World Cup 2022 Stage 2 in Gwangju, South Korea. In hockey, Haryana storm into the final of Sub-Junior Women's National Championship, second semi-final between Jharkhand and Uttar Pradesh this evening. And in IPL cricket, Mumbai Indians to take on Delhi Capitals today at Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai this evening. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
कंपटीशन की अगर आप कर रहे हैं तैयारी तो उनके लिए ऑल इंडिया रेडियो पर हम लाए हैं अभ्यास, एक ऐसा कार्यक्रम जिसमें आप पूछेंगे सवाल व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9289094044 पर या फिर ईमेल करेंगे abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर और हमारे विशेषज्ञ देंगे इसका जवाब। आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास।
All India Radio News has launched a weekly interactive program, Abhyas, for competitive examinations. It is aimed at reaching out to students and job seekers preparing for competitive examinations. The program is in Hindi and is broadcast every Saturday between 9:30 and 10 p.m. Every week, a subject is chosen. Students can ask questions through WhatsApp or email, and a guest speaker or expert responds to their queries. Questions on each subject are selected on the basis of crowdsourcing from the students across the country. The program also includes segments like Explainer, Fact File, Examination Calendar, and Question of the Week. The 8th episode of the program will be aired on 100.1 FM Gold at 9:30 tonight. The topic for this episode is anthropology. You can access it on Twitter @AIR News Alerts or on AIR News Official YouTube channel, and also on the News on AIR app. All India Radio News has got an overwhelming response for the show, with questions received from across the country. Professor R.P. Mitra from Delhi University's Department of Anthropology will reply to the queries. The Indian Meteorological Department has said that people will heave a sigh of relief from the heatwave conditions across India from today. Earlier yesterday, severe heatwave conditions prevailed in Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab and Delhi. Heatwave conditions also prevailed in Rajasthan, where Dholpur recorded a maximum temperature of 47.8 degrees Celsius, the highest across India.
Ministry of Culture is commemorating the 250th birth anniversary of Raja Ram Mohan Roy from tomorrow to 22nd of May next year under the aegis of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The inaugural ceremony will take place at Raja Ram Mohan Roy Library Foundation at Salt Lake and Science City Auditorium in Kolkata tomorrow. Union Minister G. Kishan Reddy and West Bengal Governor Jagdeep Dhankar will attend the ceremony. During the event, a statue of Raja Ram Mohan Roy will be unveiled by Mr. Reddy in a virtual mode at Raja Ram Mohan Roy Library Foundation, Kolkata. Several other events will also be held at Salt Lake Science City Auditorium, Kolkata. A seminar and quiz program for children will also be organized. A multimedia presentation on various facets of the life of Raja Ram Mohan Roy will also be presented. And now let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
May is the birth anniversary of Gandhian freedom fighter Omyo Kumar Das, who was born in 1895 in the Nagaon district of Assam. Popularly known as Lok Nayak, he was a social worker, a Gandhian by ideology, an educationist, and a well-known writer. Omyo was raised by his maternal grandfather Lakshmikant Barkakati, who was a nationalist himself and influenced the personality of young Omyo.
Omyo was studying in Tezpur High School when he took part in the 1905 Partition of Bengal movement. At the same time, he also worked as a labourer to generate the much-needed funds for the nation's needs. His nationalistic spirit was further strengthened in college when, as a volunteer in the Calcutta session of Congress, he heard stalwarts like Gandhiji, Surendranath Banerjee, Annie Besant and other speakers.
When Gandhiji launched the non-cooperation movement in 1920, Omyo worked to mobilize the youth around him to take part in the movement. During this movement, thousands of students left educational institutions. Foreign goods were boycotted, liquor and opium shops were picketed, and law courts were shunned.
In 1921, when Omyo was the General Secretary of the Tarang District Congress, the movement gained even more momentum. On one occasion, while attempting to picket a liquor shop, he was confronted with an angry woman who had come to purchase liquor. Omyo convinced her about the negative impact of liquor consumption. The woman was so inspired by Omyo that she vowed to stop consuming liquor. She then participated actively in the non-cooperation movement. That was the kind of leadership Omyo displayed.
When Gandhiji launched the civil disobedience movement in 1930, Omyo took it upon himself to mobilize the youth. He was imprisoned many times for his participation in the freedom struggle. He was elected to Assam Legislative Assembly in 1937. He also served as a member of the Constituent Assembly. As the Labour Minister, he took the initiative to set up the Tea Plantation Workers Provident Fund for the benefit of tea plantation workers of Assam, and as the Education Minister, he reformed the education system by incorporating the concept of basic education. Omyo was also a social reformer and popular writer. Besides writing books like Gandhiji Jibon and Ohomot Mahatma, he also translated Gandhiji's autobiography, The Story of My Experiments with Truth, into Assamese, Mor Hotto Onbokhonor Kahini. In 1963, the Government of India conferred the Padma Bhushan on him for his contributions to the nation.
Omyo Kumar Das passed away on the 23rd of January 1975, leaving behind a legacy of his commitment and patriotism. AIR News pays tribute to the great leader. We also remember Thala Singh, a resident of Mandi, Himachal Pradesh. He was a soldier in the British Indian Army. During the Second World War, Thala Singh joined the Indian National Army in Malaya and served as Havaldar. He lost his life fighting the British forces on the Burmese front on the 21st of May 1944. We salute the brave son of the soil.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
Welcome back. In Uttarakhand, the portals of Sri Hemkund Sahib Gurudwara, located in Chamoli, will be opened for the devotees tomorrow. Meanwhile, the first batch of Sikh pilgrims from Gurudwara Sri Govind Ghat with a holy mark led by Panch Pyaras with police protection and band tunes has left for Sri Hemkund Sahib. A maximum number of 5,000 pilgrims will be able to visit Hemkund in a day. The offline registration facility has been started in Rishikesh for the convenience of the pilgrims. In Australia, polling is underway for parliament elections. Voters will elect MPs for all the seats in the House of Representatives and just over half the seats in the Senate. Voting is compulsory in Australia, and about 17 million people are expected to cast their ballot this time around. According to media reports, the first polling station is scheduled to close on the country's east coast at 6 p.m. local time, which is 800 hours GMT. The west coast is 2 hours behind. Due to the pandemic, more than 48% of Australia's 17 million electors have voted early or applied for postal votes, which will likely slow the count. Voting is compulsory for adult citizens, and 92% of registered voters cast ballots at the last election. The Australian Electoral Commission said all votes cast today will be counted tonight, along with the majority of pre-poll votes.
The World Health Organization has said about 80 cases of monkeypox have been confirmed in 11 countries. It also warned that more cases are likely to be reported. WHO says another 50 suspected cases are being investigated without naming any country. In a statement issued yesterday, WHO said that it is working with the affected countries and others to expand disease surveillance to find and support people who may be affected. It also warned against stigmatizing groups because of the disease. Earlier, infections were confirmed in Italy, Sweden, Spain, Portugal, United States, Canada and United Kingdom, where the first European case was reported. Monkeypox is most common in remote parts of Central and West Africa. Today is the International Tea Day. It is observed on May 21st every year to raise awareness of the long history and the deep cultural and economic significance of tea around the world. The United Nations aimed to support the tea-producing countries by observing International Tea Day. We have more in this report.
The first International Tea Day was held in Delhi, India in 2005, and a decade later in 2015, Indian government proposed to the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization to expand the day globally. It is observed in the month of May because during this time of the year, tea production begins in most tea-producing countries. Tea is one of those beverages that is known to all and consumed by many around the world. Well, almost in every city or town. It is believed to have originated from the northeastern parts of India and southwestern China. In these regions, tea production is one of the main sources of livelihood. The popularity of tea is more than any other beverage in these zones. Due to its impact on employment, culture and business, it has been assigned with an annual observance. Looking at the popularity of tea and the importance it is given, eminent English playwright Arthur Wing Pinero rightly said, "Where there is tea, there is hope." With Subhashri Mahapatra, Tripti Srivastav, AIR News, Delhi.
In badminton, Indian shuttler PV Sindhu today bowed out of women's singles of the Thailand Open. The two-time Olympic medalist lost to China's Chen Yufei in straight games, 17-21, 16-21. The Indian men's compound team won the gold medal in Archery World Cups 2022 Stage 2 in Gwangju, South Korea today. The Indian team came from behind after trailing in first two sets to prevail over France by 2 points in an intense finish to win the gold medal in successive World Cup stages. Fourth-seeded Indian men's team comprising Abhishek Verma, Aman Saini and Rajat Chauhan repeated the Stage 1 final. The team of Abhishek Verma and Avneet Kaur also won the bronze in the mixed event. They beat higher-seeded Turkey's Amir Khan Hani and Aise Bera Souza 156 to 155. The Indian women's compound team of Avneet Kaur, Muskan Kirad and Priya Gurjar have also won a team bronze in the recurve section of the World Cup Stage 2. Haryana has stormed into the final of 12th Hockey India Sub-Junior Women's National Championship in Imphal, Manipur. In the first semi-final played this morning, Haryana thrashed Madhya Pradesh by 8-0. In the second semi-final, Jharkhand will be up against Uttar Pradesh at 6 p.m. In the quarter-final, Jharkhand registered a comprehensive 5-1 win against Punjab, while Uttar Pradesh recorded a 5-0 win against Chandigarh. The title clash will be held tomorrow at 6 p.m.
In IPL cricket, Mumbai Indians will take on Delhi Capitals today at Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai at 7:30 p.m.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu says terrorism is a grave threat to humanity and world peace. Urges countrymen to take resolve to eliminate the scourge of terrorism. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal to lead the Indian delegation at the World Economic Forum at Davos from tomorrow. The unified civic municipal body of Delhi to come into existence from tomorrow. Jammu and Kashmir Delimitation Commission order comes into force as central government issues notification. In Jammu and Kashmir, body of second worker recovered from the debris of the tunnel near Khuni Nala area in Ramban district. Search operation continues for the 8 workers still trapped inside. World Health Organization confirms 80 cases of monkeypox in 11 countries. Polling underway to elect a new parliament in Australia. IMD predicts relief from heatwave conditions across India from today. Indian men's compound team wins gold medal in Archery World Cup 2022 Stage 2 in Gwangju, South Korea. In hockey, Haryana Storm in the final of Sub-Junior Women's National Championship, and in IPL cricket, Mumbai Indians take on Delhi Capitals today at Wankhede Stadium. And with that, we end the midday news.